It's 4:18 p.m. This lovely postal service employee right here has refused to do business with me. Here I am, I have an important message to send out to the court, and she, based on her simple little attitude, decided that she was not gonna serve me and she won't get somebody else to serve me. So it's 4:18 p.m. I'm making a documentation, look, on the clock. Somebody's got to serve me, and if not, I'm gonna go to the postmaster and make a formal complaint. So, go ahead.
Go ahead to the postmaster.
Where's he or she?
Up at the Sugar Estate office.
Go get him. Go get him.
You go get him.
You are my servant. You are a public servant. It is incumbent upon you to do that.
And all this time you
Do you deny that? Do you deny that?
Sir?
Do you deny that? I am respectfully asking you at this point, ma'am, to do your job. Yes, go ahead, call the cops. They're calling the cops on me for asking them to do their job. Go ahead. Oh boy, y'all gonna get some big suits up in this motherfucker.
Oh, and you're cussing too?
Yeah, I'm cursing.
Okay.
And it's on film. And I have a right to use whatever words I want to use. Look it up. The case reference is USA versus Pucha. USA versus Pucha. I have a right to use whatever form of expression that I want to use, even in a federal establishment. Yeah, you will have to account for your actions, ma'am. All I want to do is send a document to the court domestically. I told you I don't know how to fill out the form, and I requested your assistance, and you refused. You lectured me on standing behind the glass and all other kind of things that are not relevant to what I asked you to do. I asked you to get a supervisor, and you refused. I asked you to get another attendant, and you refused. And I'm sure there are attendants present that also are refusing. So it is incumbent upon them to respond to my needs as well. As long as this place is still open, there's no other customers here, so there's absolutely no reason for her to help me with this certified mail receipt, which I'm asking her to help me with, and with the, certified mail and return receipt. Sending a document to the court. So if it's not done, the post office, the post office will bear some of this liability, and so will this lady who's refusing to do her job. And you're gonna be on social media too. So if you like being on social media, you know, you brought this on yourself, ma'am. So I'm waiting for the police, and I'd like to see what they're gonna charge me with. I'd like to see what these police officers are gonna charge me with. Because it's all on film. I stated my case. So I'm here. We'll see if this place closes up. I'll be right here. I will be right here. I'm not going anywhere. It is now 3 minutes and 36 minutes in, and I'm still not getting any service. There's no other customers. There's no reason for this woman to be doing this to me. I respectfully asked her to help me fill out these documents. She said, because I'm not ready. What? That's not a service that they provide to help people? I just don't want to make a mistake. It's not that I'm illiterate. I just don't want to make a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you hate your job, don't you? Don't worry. Hopefully you won't have it for much longer. With this, if more people like me keep on filing complaints, you know you won't have a job, right? You know you won't have a job. So keep playing. Where's the police? I thought you said you called them. Hey, Myron, you back there? It's your boy Everett. Come help me. Maybe you can save everybody. Maybe you can help everybody save face. Yeah, a whole 5 minutes, no other customers. I'm the only one here. And I waited 5 minutes before she got here. And when she got here, she tried to hurry me up and tell me that I'm doing all of this talking and nothing is getting done. Well, look, nothing is getting done now because of her attitude. A federal postal employee. Ooh, boy. And then she have the nerve to call the cops on me just for asking her to do her job. Yes, I cursed one bad word this whole time. And that's what she chose to focus on and use as her excuse. She was waiting on that because she knew that she was waiting for it to escalate, you know, for me to escalate to some kind of level. And I did go to, I think I used the F-bomb once. And that was it. That's all I did wrong. Otherwise, I told her that she's a public servant, that she's my servant, and I'm demanding as a member of the public. And now the wording may sound bad, and you know, I don't mean it like a domestic helper in the house or a servant in the field. I mean as a public servant, which all people who swear oaths to the public are. Police officers, judges, so it's not a bad thing to say that you're a public servant. You know, I'm just saying, like, I'm not beholden to her. She's beholden to me. She has a job to do, and I was just reminding of her of that. And if she chooses to continue to use that as an excuse to not serve me, that means that she doesn't want to be a public servant, which she is, which means she should be relieved of her position. As soon as this video is reviewed by the proper authorities. So I'm just gonna wait here until, you know, they continue to serve other customers and put me out of the building or close the doors or whatever, and then I'll follow up from there. Yep, I have an axe to grind. I don't like this, and I'm gonna stand up for justice. So I'll be right here. I'll be right here standing up for the justice that I'm looking for. And it's all being properly documented on film. And I know that when the police come here, they're gonna try to escalate things, but I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm gonna put my hands behind my back and explain things very calmly, and I'm not gonna allow my voice to raise. So whatever they'll be expecting of me, they won't get, you know? But in the meantime, oh, here comes some officers right now that was called on me.
Good afternoon.
The officer that, or the lady that called you should be back there. I didn't call you.
Okay.
I was here not demanding, but requesting service, and she refused to help me, and I insisted on being served, and she said she will not serve me, and she continued to insist that she wouldn't serve me, and I told her that she's a public servant and that she is obligated to do so, and she became inflamed at that remark. But aren't all people that work for the government public servants? I wasn't trying to imply that she's a domestic helper that sweeps up my floors or anything.
1 minute, Mr. Parker. What kind of service were you requesting?
I'm trying to mail off a document to the court, and she's preventing me from being able to do that. She said I have to go proceed to another post office, which is at the closest one is at least a half mile away, and with the time frame that I have left, makes it impossible to do so.
Hi, good afternoon.
She's not the one. She's back there hiding somewhere.
Did someone call for police assistance? Okay, thank you.
So I'd like to know what she'd like to have me charged with. Because I'm exercising a right, a public right, to be able to mail postage within the United States postal system. I haven't assaulted her, I haven't threatened her. The only thing I threatened her with is action with her supervisor for not doing her duties. That's the only thing I threatened her with. I did not make a violent scene. I just demanded that I be able...
Okay, we understand what you're saying. Let me hear what the lady has
Yes.
to say.
And just so you know, the body camera is on, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate that. I have mine on too for all. So
That's
we all.
fine.
Yeah. All I was asking for was assistance because I've never mailed anything, return receipt, or certified mail before, and the number is already on the document, and if I make a mistake, I'll have to retype the entire document. So that's all I was asking for, but she was saying something about the mandate for me wearing a mask has been lifted. Look at you. You're gonna go speak privately so you could go tell lies, but I got it all on camera. 10 minutes in, there's only 30 minutes. I don't know how long this post office stays open, but it seems as though I'm gonna be prevented from being able to mail my letter just because of the ignorance of this lady. And not only that, no other postal employee will help me. So I'll keep that in mind as well. And I'm going to the top of the chain. I'm gonna make a big deal about it. It's too late. It's too late no matter what they do now. I won't change my mind. Officer Bashan should be able to tell you about me and how I get down, in case you don't know. Just digging a hole, deeper and deeper. Dig a hole, baby. Keep on digging that hole. Oh, and they serving new people too? Oh, so you could have served me the whole time, couldn't you have? Awesome. Awesome. Helping other people, refusing to help me and helping other people. Great. This is great. I got a good suit that's about to go on here.
Okay, so Mr. Parker, from what I understand, you didn't have your envelope ready.
I have my envelope ready.
It wasn't filled out the right way or whatever the case may be.
And the reason why is because I was asking, I understand that that usually it is within the discretion. It is within the discretion of postal. Don't worry, dig a hole for yourself. That's wonderful. Of postal employees or people in general who work in an official capacity that once a member of the public who is having trouble filling out a form that they can assist with, if they can do that, if they can help, if they can use their discretion to do that, that they would. And what happened is she had a nasty attitude towards me and I responded in kind. However,
Well, it's not within their policy to assist anyone to fill out or label any envelope or mail or whatever the case.
have you reviewed the policy?
You have to do that yourself.
Have you reviewed the policy?
Based on what the lady just told us.
Okay, so but you have not personally reviewed that policy?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so what is your conclusion? Am I under arrest or am I being charged with anything?
No, you're not under arrest. You're just trying to...
So she wasted your time, didn't she?
No, she didn't. I wouldn't say that.
What was accomplished by calling you?
Well, from what I understand, you were in here yelling and making a disturbance in the post office. So
That's not true. If that was the case, you would be arresting me right now, wouldn't you be?
Not
No?
necessarily.
For disturbing of the peace? Or you'd be counseling me about the virtues of not, and as I understand it, maybe you haven't gotten around to that yet, but...
But let's step outside because they're closing up.
Yes,
anyway.
ma'am.
We'll step outside.
So they've effectively